Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A weekend shooting leaves one man dead. Investigators say they have the suspects responsible in custody. It's another example of Rockford teens involved in crime.
Meanwhile, a Beloit family mourns the loss of a teenager shot to death last week. The boy's aunt pleads with community members to speak up about what happened.
Plus, a nod to Stateline educators. Teachers across our viewing area are awarded grants. Find out how the money will be spent to benefit local students. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. A weekend shooting in Rockford leaves a man dead and 2 men and a teenager behind bars.
This happened around 5 Saturday. Officers were called to a home on Apple Orchard Lane. Investigators say the house had been shot up, but there was no victim. Moments later, police were notified of a walk-in shooting victim at a nearby hospital. The 26-year-old man died that night. Witnesses told police a silver SUV was involved in the shooting. Officers found the car and arrested a 15-year-old boy, as well as Jeremiah Coleman and Devin Hickman. Hickman and the teen face murder charges. The victim's name has not been released.
A Rockford woman dies after her car slams into a tree in Loves Park. Just after 11:30 Saturday night, officers were called to Forest Hills and Landstrom Roads for a crash. Investigators say 2 cars sideswiped each other. That sent one vehicle into a guardrail. The other car went off the road and into a tree. That's where officers found 23-year-old Yesenia Garza. She was rushed to the hospital where she died. The other driver is doing okay. Loves Park police are investigating.
Police continue to investigate a mass shooting that left a teenager dead in the town of Beloit last week. 5 other people were also shot.
The Rock County Sheriff's Office says all of the victims were hanging out in a Porter Avenue garage when a fight ended in gunfire. Relatives say that's how 17-year-old Byron Broomfield died. Rachel Perry caught up with his family today. Rachel, they tell you Byron's cousin was also hurt.
Mimi and Eric, family says Byron's 23-year-old cousin is currently in the hospital, but they tell me they have not been given any information on his condition. As for Byron, his aunt tells me they should be planning a Christmas party, not a 17-year-old's funeral.
I don't know what occurred. All I can tell you that Byron Broomfield, age 17, is dead.
17-year-old Byron Broomfield died after being shot at a party Thursday night. Monday, his Aunt Berdia McAllister now stands inside a Beloit funeral home. She says it's a place no one wants to be, especially for someone so young.
We should be planning graduations, parties, or something like that. We shouldn't be planning his funeral. I shouldn't be standing in a funeral home for a 17-year-old.
Broomfield was among 6 people shot at a gathering on Porter Avenue in the town of Beloit. His cousin also wounded and taken to the hospital. McAllister says the violence needs to stop.
I wish that they would lay their guns down, that they would turn from their wicked ways, that they would start to pray. They feel like they have no life. But I want to tell them there is life until you go to the cemetery like we're doing now for a 17-year-old.
The impact on the family is something McAllister says is too much to bear.
It destroys us. It destroys us. Because there's so much potential, but those chances are cut off. He will never be able to live his full potential because his potential was cut off due to a senseless, violent, murderous person.
Now she's pleading for information and hoping for peace.
They need to turn themselves in. We ask that they not take any vengeance on them own self, no retaliation or anything like that, but they will do the right thing.
I did reach out to the Rock County Sheriff's Office several times today, but have not heard back. Family is still trying to locate Byron's 23-year-old cousin. If you have any information that could help solve this case, call the Rock County Sheriff's Office. Mimi.
All right, thanks, Rachel. Beloit police hope the public will help them track down a hit-and-run driver. Earlier today, officers were called to a 2-car crash on Cranston Road. When first responders got there, there was only one driver on scene. The woman told investigators the other driver took off towards Freeman Parkway. Police have determined the suspect's car is a black Nissan Altima with major damage to the passenger side. The crash left pieces of the Nissan all over the road. If you see that car or know who the driver is, contact Beloit PD.
3 days after powerful storms and tornadoes ripped through southern Illinois, communities are still reeling. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker issued a disaster declaration to assist impacted families. Pritzker says he's working directly with the White House to secure federal aid for storm victims. Some of the worst damage is in Madison County. An Amazon warehouse in Edwardsville collapsed. 6 employees died. Another victim is in critical condition.
We are ensuring that there is a full understanding of what happened to these individuals in their final moments. And while we cannot prevent natural disasters, we can strive to prevent future tragedies and ensure that all Illinoisans make it home safe at the end of their shift.
Pritzker says power's been restored in all communities the storms hit. A local grocery chain's also giving back to people picking up the pieces. Now, through Sunday, all Schnucks locations are allowing customers to round up at the register. All proceeds will go to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund.
Right now, teachers are learning just how much the Stateline appreciates them.
Tens of thousands of dollars in grants are being doled out to local schools tonight. Alexis Carpello caught up with one recipient to see how the award will be put to good use.
Yeah, Eric and Mimi, teachers from across the state line are here to receive a grant from the Golden Apple Foundation to help better their classrooms. More than $23,000 is being awarded tonight, from expanding classroom libraries to buying additional tools for students. There's really a variety of ways teachers are going to spend their cash. The common goal is to promote a rich education for students.
After talking to some students, they wanted some different options, so I got student, teacher, and staff input on types of recommended books and things like that, all different genres, just to kind of expand and give kids more options.
Coming up at 6, hear from a teacher who's using a game to help get her kids ready for high school. Reporting in Rockford for your home team, I'm Alexis Carpello.
Join the Eyewitness News team Wednesday in the 6 a.m. hour. As part of our commitment to uplifting education in the area, we will be exclusively announcing the finalists for the 2022 Golden Apple Awards. We'll reveal all 20 nominees throughout the hour starting at 6 a.m.
The Biden administration says it wants to reduce vehicle emissions and transform the country's auto industry.
To accomplish that, the White House plans to fast-track investments from the bipartisan infrastructure plan. That includes building charging stations for electric vehicles across the country. Our Washington correspondent Basil John reports on the plan as he keeps you connected to the nation's capital.
Good evening. Vice President Kamala Harris made an address in Maryland today as the administration emphasized the importance of making America electric. The Biden administration is on a mission to get more electric vehicles on the nation's roads.
The future of transportation in our nation and around the world is electric.
Vice President Kamala Harris says the bipartisan infrastructure law will make chargers more accessible along highways, urban, suburban, and rural areas.
We need to make the shift faster and make sure it is driven by the United States.
House Democratic leader Steny Hoyer says states will receive millions of dollars to establish more charging stations.
So nobody will be without the ability to charge their car close to where they live or work.
The administration emphasized that more charging stations will bring more electric vehicles to the road, boost the economy, and tackle the climate crisis.
The pollution from vehicles powered by fossil fuels has long harmed the health of communities around our country.
Maryland Senator Ben Cardin says it's an important change.
The climate is changing, and we are responsible for that.
Democrats are also pushing the president's social spending plan, which would provide a tax credit for the purchase of some electric vehicles.
Off the top of the car, to bring it down to the price of a gas-powered vehicle.
The administration says these changes will help the president deliver his promise of 100% clean energy by 2035. Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
Eyewitness News wants to recognize the remarkable women in our community. You can help by nominating a woman who's made a tremendous difference in self-achievement, community contribution, or family impact. To enter, go to mystateline.com, click on the Community tab, then the Remarkable Women button.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, things have been pretty quiet for us this evening. A live look with the Mercy Sky Track camera now out at the Rochelle Airport, kind of looking off to the north and northwest. You notice a few extra clouds kind of working in from the west and southwest this evening. That cloud cover eventually will thicken up here as we go through the night tonight. Temperatures pretty comfortable, climbing a good 10 to 15 degrees above average here for this afternoon. Upper 40s, low 50s. But now that the sun has set, some of those numbers dropping back into the 30s, like 39 degrees in Rochelle, 38 in DeKalb, 39 here in Rockford. You don't have to worry too much about a wind chill. Winds are turning light here as high pressure briefly works in. 45 for our weather watcher Bob here on the southeast end of Rockford. Ben up in South Beloit this evening, checking in with 44 degrees. Now, I mentioned that cloud cover that will continue to build in from the west as we pull in more moisture from a next storm system, another rather large storm system that will continue to gain strength here out over the west. Now just moving in off the west coast. This will help bring an area of low pressure over the Rockies and will eventually work in our direction. Ahead of that, though, southerly winds really pick up, which bring those temperatures into not only the 50s again for tomorrow, but then 60s once we get into Wednesday. In fact, our record high temperature for Wednesday afternoon, 58 degrees set back in 1974, will likely tumble. Forecast high for Wednesday, 66. Now, it's likely on Thursday that we will break the record high. You notice that 43, though, and you might say, Candace, that 43 is below that 58 degree record high for Thursday set back in 1984. But I think our high officially for Thursday comes in just a little after midnight. That 43 is what it's going to be in the afternoon because our temperatures are going to drop back. Reason being, we've got a strong cold front that comes in. So winds get a little breezy tomorrow from the southeast, 20 to 25 miles per hour. That wind picks up Wednesday afternoon. Take note of these wind gusts, 30 to 35 miles per hour on Wednesday. And then once we get into Wednesday evening up through about midnight, winds could be gusting as high as 50 miles per hour. So it is going to be windy out there. And reason for that, we've got a high wind warning mostly west of the Mississippi River. Does include one county, Joe Davis County here. That goes into effect Wednesday afternoon. I would not be surprised if a wind advisory gets issued here for the rest of us for Wednesday evening. Let's talk about rain, and there is a thunder chance. Nothing for us tonight, though. Skies will stay relatively quiet. We do see a little bit of cloud cover work in. Temperatures tomorrow underneath some filtered sunshine. We'll make it back into the 50s for tomorrow afternoon, low 50s. Now the wind picks up on Tuesday. We add in more moisture, more cloud cover. We stay really mild Tuesday night. A couple of showers possible, especially to our east and southeast Tuesday night. We'll see some of those pick up there once we get into Wednesday. So not a completely rain-free day. A couple of showers in the morning and then again going into the afternoon, but look at those temperatures climbing. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get some fog associated with that too tonight and then during the day tomorrow. Now let's talk about temperatures Wednesday night. I think we stay near 60 degrees up until about midnight. Midnight is when that cold front comes through. That cold front will bring a line of showers, isolated thunderstorms with it. Right now, not looking at anything severe, at least locally for us. And then look what happens by Thursday morning. Those temperatures, they drop nearly 20 degrees. Now, any strong risk for thunderstorms staying focused out to our west Wednesday from Iowa, Minnesota, and parts of west central Wisconsin, closer tied to the strongest part of the jet stream and where you've got that low pressure system. Temperatures tonight down to 31 degrees. We might see a little patchy fog, especially as that wind turns light, up to 52 for tomorrow afternoon. Our cloud cover builds back in. We're in the 60s then on Wednesday. We stay that way Wednesday night, low 40s for Thursday. Gets a little windy. No big systems here, guys, on the horizon as we look into the weekend, but you see that temperature drop. We're back into the 30s. Now, Eric, this one is for you. Little birdie told us you had a very special weekend, so we had to share that with you and give you a big congratulations on receiving your master's degree. Was it over the weekend?
Yeah, that was so nice of you. Yeah, actually, so 2.5 years of hard work finally paid off. So yeah, Thursday we flew down to Lubbock. So I made a joke online that the next Bergstrom bonus question on Stateline Quiz Bowl is going to be, what do Patrick Mahomes and I now have in common? We both graduated from Texas Tech.
There
so,
you go.
Yeah, I went
So
down
I figure you just want to keep up with the Quiz Bowl kids, so you decided you had
You know,
to.
it's going to take more than a master's degree to keep up with some of those kids, for sure. Thank you, Candace. That was nice of you. Thanks.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Leber.
It's not often that I come away from watching a Bears game encouraged by what I saw, especially after a Bears loss. But I am encouraged by what I saw last night. First, because we finally saw some big plays pulled off by the Bears offense and special teams. Felt like more big plays than we'd seen in the last 2.5 years. And those big plays weren't coming against the Lions or the Jets. They were coming against maybe the best team in the NFL. And you can tell the Bears have amped up their speed on offense. Jameer Grant has been a great pickup. Marcus Bird finally made a play with his feet. Add in Darnell Mooney's speed and Khalil Herbert's speed, and a lack of speed no longer an issue for the Bears. The other thing I'm encouraged about for the Bears is the 2 rookie offensive tackles. Larry Borum is showing good potential at right tackle. And I know Tevin Jenkins at left tackle gave up 2 sacks and got whistled for 4 penalties last night. What can you expect for a rookie coming off back surgery playing in his first game? Keep sticking, though, with that young man out there and let him get better. Jenkins and Borum are really big, physical guys. If they can use this final month to improve, the Bears might have their answers at the 3 most important positions on offense for next maybe 10 years. Quarterback and the 2 tackles. Then you build around those guys, plus Mooney, Herbert, and David Montgomery on offense. And on defense, you build around Roquan Smith and Jalen Johnson. That's a nice young nucleus, finally something to work with. Now let's focus on the Packers. Their win again showed their great depth on their roster, and that's absolutely why Aaron Rodgers should stay put in Green Bay after this season. I said this back in April. Aaron Rodgers cannot find a better organization to be a part of. Yes, drafting Jordan Love probably was not the right move, but other than that, how can you argue with what Brian Gutekunst has done? He found Rasul Douglas and Devondre Campbell off the scrap heap. The Packers keep losing Pro Bowl offensive linemen, and they keep plugging in capable backups, all guys brought on board by Gutekunst. A lot of people question why Gutekunst drafted A.J. Dillon 2 years ago. Now Dillon is a huge component on this offense. How's Rashawn Gary looking? Pretty good. Nice draft pick there. Gutekunst should get the NFL Executive of the Year award, in my opinion, based on how this roster is held up through all the key injuries. If Rodgers still wants to push for a trade after this season, he's going to regret it. He's a smart guy, though. I think he knows there's no place like Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers. But everything could be on the table again, possibly, if the Packers collapse in the playoffs.
Clear skies for us. The First Warn Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. Down to 30 tonight, climbing middle of the week.
Thanks, Candace.
Stay safe.